Hello and welcome. I'm Michelle Miller, your lead facilitator for today's programming and for Harvest Girl International's All Girls Matter Self-Esteem program. If you're new to us, welcome. If it's your second, third, fourth time, welcome back. I am so glad to see you. Today we have a really good topic for you, so I hope you're excited and ready to put on your thinkers. Ready? All right. So our topic today is, of course, girl boss. We're always about being a girl boss through our thoughts, through our actions, through things we're setting up for ourselves. Last month, we talked about financial knowledge, awareness, growth, having control of your finances, what that means, having options, because we know that money provides options. So today we're going to expand that a little bit and talk about how you can create those options for yourself. So today's topic, in addition to being girl boss, as always, is entrepreneurship. It's a big word. Entrepreneurship. So what does that even mean? You've probably heard the word entrepreneur. You've heard someone say, "Oh, I am an entrepreneur," or something like that. Really what it is it's a person that owns their own business, a person that creates, designs, owns their own business. When you're an entrepreneur, you're basically your boss. You're the boss. So you're the girl boss, right? So being an entrepreneur puts you in control of options. It puts you in control of the work that you're doing, the hours that you work, the time that you put into the work, and what you even provide. So how do we get there? You know about people that have jobs. You walk into a employer and you fill out an application and you typically go through an interview and they tell you yes or no, whether or not you get the job, just like a sports tryout or something that you would do at school. So being an entrepreneur is a lot different because you're in the driver's seat. Yeah? But how do you even get there? How do you know what to do? How do you know what is the right program for you or the right business? Some of you have ideas. You know right now what you want to be when you grow up, right? Or you have an idea of it. So you may want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a hairdresser, a mechanic. There's so many things, a teacher. There's so many things you can be. But when it comes to starting or owning your own business, sometimes that can be a little more challenging. Now, there are things that you can do that set you up to own your own business. So, for example, if you are a hairstylist or a nail technician, because we need them both so much, you can go learn your trade under someone else, and then open your own business, right? But in some cases, there are things that we want to do or that we think about doing that don't exist yet. So how do we get there? We have to create those. So I want you to put on your thinking hat. You know, I am all about dreaming here. All about dreaming. The power to dream is so huge because that is what launches everything that we're doing. So I want you to think about why you would want to start your own business. What would be the advantage of it? We talked about a few things. Flexibility. You can work when you want. You control money, which provides options. So if you work a little more, you make a little more money. If you work a little less, you make a little less money. You control the where. If you are a person that loves to travel, maybe you don't want to work always in the same building or the same location. Well, you could create a business that allows you to travel and still work, right? For example, being a makeup artist provides so many options because you can travel, you can do all kinds of things, you meet different people. So why would you want to start your own business? What's in it for you? For me, I would want to start my own business, just flexibility. When it is sunny outside, I want to be outside. I want to enjoy. When it's rainy, that's kind of a like be in the house, work a little more, or take a nap kind of day. So having the flexibility for me would be huge. But why do you want to start your own business? Or why would you want to start your own business if you've never even thought about it? Like, why would it be exciting? Think about that. And in today's worksheets, you have that. I want you to really think about that and hammer out why, kind of what would be the pluses of it, what would be exciting or fun about it. And then on the downside of that, you can think about, why wouldn't you want to? Maybe you don't want to work for yourself. Maybe you don't have the motivation or the push to say, oh, it's raining outside, but I gotta still work. Maybe you need that extra oomph of having, a different type of career where someone's counting on you, or those set hours or times. You need that motivation. So maybe that would be a reason for you not to. So kind of think about why you would want to and why you wouldn't want to. And we've given you this amazing worksheet to do that on. So go ahead and do that really quickly. Pause the video, come back. All right, you're back. I'm so glad. Okay, so now we've thought about why. Oh, I thought of another reason why. Maybe you're really good at something. People have told you a million times, oh, you are so good at this. That would be a great reason to start your own business. Okay, anyway, now let's think about the type of business that you want to start. So a lot of times, and you may hear adults, or even if you're part-time working right now, you hear people saying they don't want to go to work or they don't like their job. That's pretty normal for people not to like something that they don't enjoy doing, okay? So what do you like to do? What are your hobbies? What are your passions? What makes you light up? So for me, I light up at being able to talk to you like this. This makes me, I enjoy it. I get excited about this. I don't light up at taking out the trash. So I probably wouldn't want to have a job where I have to take out the trash all the time because I don't love it. Now, not to say that every time we have a job, we have to love it. We have to love everything we do. That's not realistic in most cases. But as an entrepreneur, it could be more possible. So I want you to really think about your hobbies. What do you like to do? What are you good at? Do you like to draw? Do you like to design? Do you like to maybe style hair, do makeup, do nails? Do you like solving math problems? Do you like building robots? Do you like trying to think of other things you could like to do? Sports or gardening, or I mean, there's so many things that you ladies love to do and are passionate about. And when you're passionate about something, it really makes you smile from the inside. When you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, like unrelated to work, but something I'm passionate about, I feel, is chocolate chip cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies, especially a soft chocolate chip cookie. Can y'all feel me on that? A soft cookie. So if someone's like, hey, you want soft chocolate chip cookies? I'm like, oh yeah. So what things do you like to do that give you that chocolate chip cookie excitement? Or maybe for you, it's not chocolate chip cookies, whatever excites you. So what are your hobbies and your passions? What do you love to do? What is your favorite thing to do? What are you good at? I mean, something that you're good at and that comes very naturally to you could be turned into a business or a career, and it won't even feel like you're working because it comes easy to you, right? Okay, so what has been your biggest success so far? These are things I want you to think about as we're thinking about potential businesses for you or things that you could possibly do as a career. So I want you to take a second, think about those, your biggest success, things you love to do, things that make you light up, things that, I mean, it could be caring for, helping with your brothers and sisters. Maybe you want to be a nanny or an au pair, that type of thing. I mean, what kinds of things do you love to do where someone could say, I'm not going to pay you, but you would still do it? That's what we're looking at. We're looking for those types of things because those types of things are going to make you very successful in your business. Now, just having a hobby, just having a passion, just having a skill doesn't mean you're automatically successful. There are other things and other steps. You will have to have business abilities. Like you need to be able to do a budget, right? Kind of like we worked on last time, so that you know how much you need to charge for your services, how much you need to survive, how much is going to pay for your home, how much money you need to, have a car, to have internet, to run your business. Whatever you're doing, you will still have to have additional skills. So in addition to your abilities, your passions, your hobbies, your strengths, we still are going to have to add a little bit in there with some business savvy. So just kind of think about that in the background. But for now, I want you to really think about what you love to do, because that is going to be the key to you being a successful entrepreneur, right? Okay, moving on. Ideas. So we've thought about what you like to do. We thought about things you're passionate about. Now I want you to take a second and think about ideas. And I've given you idea jars to write down your business ideas. So for example, if I love to bake cakes or cookies, what's an idea of a business I could start? I could be a baker, right? I could be a personal chef. I could bake goodies and sell them maybe online and ship them. Maybe I could go to, I can't think of farmers markets and sell those things. If I like to draw, what kind of business could I create? Can you think of anything? Okay, how about if I like teaching? Like I like teaching this kind of lesson with you ladies. What's something that I could do? Okay, so when you think about the things you love to do, let's expand that a bit. What kind of business could you create? What kind of thing could you do to make that a moneymaker, to give you options? And it might be something that's never been created yet. Never been created yet. If you watch the show Shark Tank, or if you've ever watched it, I love that show. People are on there with things that seem sometimes so simple. And you're like, oh, why didn't I think about that? I just bought a thing for my car. It goes in between the seats so that when you drop something, it doesn't fall in between the seats. Came from Shark Tank. How simple is that? It's literally like a little pillow cushion thing that makes it so if I drop something, it doesn't go in between the seats. So if you've ever dropped your keys or your phone, or if you eat in the car, food, and it goes down in that one little crack, and it's so teeny and your hand can't really fit in there, and you have to like work to get it out. So simple. So a lot of the best businesses, a lot of the best things are not even created yet, but you can create them. So in your idea jar, I want you to write down ideas for businesses, and don't limit yourself. Don't think, oh, well, there's this out there already, or there's not this out there, or, oh, no, that's silly. No, write everything down. Write it down, because we're dreaming. And from dreaming comes action, comes goals, comes creation, comes successes. And so it's so important that you just, we call it brainstorm or brain dumping. Just get it out of your head. Anything you're thinking business-wise, write it down. So I've given you your little idea jar, okay, to jot that down. And I want you to kind of take from that what you think are your best 3 ideas. Okay, awesome. So now we're moving on into our first set of business skills. It's called an elevator pitch. How many of you have ever ridden an elevator? How many of you have ever seen an elevator? How many of you know what an elevator does? It takes you up and down in a building so you don't have to take the stairs. That's basically it. Okay, so an elevator pitch is a little bitty speech or a little bitty presentation where you tell someone about your idea before they get off the elevator. Okay, so it has to be very quick. It has to be very engaging. It has to be very to the point, but it has to pique interest because you don't know what floor they're getting off or on at, right? So let's say you got in the elevator at the 1st floor. I get in with you. We're pushing the buttons. I'm going to the 4th floor, all right? That's only 3 floors. You have to be able to say, hey, Miss Michelle, how are you? I just wanted to take a couple seconds and tell you about what I'm working on. I am working on this brand new blow dryer, and it will do dit. Have you ever heard of something like that? No. Would you like to learn more about it? You have to be able to get me excited, to tell me what it does, just a little snippet, doesn't have to be the whole thing, before I get off the elevator on the 4th floor. Now, this can be challenging because you don't want to come up to somebody and say, oh, and I'm like, it's too much. What? It's too much. I don't know what you're saying to me. Stop. So it has to be quick. It has to explain what you're doing, but it has to be to the point. So you want to explain who you are. You want to introduce yourself. Tell them your motivation, your experience. Hey, I'm so excited to tell you about this. Let someone know your business idea. And does it solve a problem? People love things that solve problems. Remember, my little cushion that goes in the car saves me from digging in the car if I drop my phone, which I gotta say, I've dropped my phone or my keys or my snack. So what problem does it solve? Hey, have you ever dropped your keys inside your car seat? Isn't that so difficult to get out? Well, I have this new thing, and let me tell you about it. That gets people excited. It tells me you're solving a problem. It tells me what it's going to do, and it's getting me excited. Like, oh, I want to know more about her. I might ride to the 7th floor so that I can hear a little bit more about this. So at the end of your elevator speech, so you're going to tell them who you are, what you are doing, what you have, why you're motivated, why you're excited, what problem it solves, and then ask them, do you know anyone that would be interested in this? Or would you like to learn more? You have to give people actions. So I am giving you the task. I know we've created this idea. We figured out some business things. And I want you to create an elevator speech for that, or an elevator pitch. It's not really a speech because it's very fast. So I'm giving you the tools to create an elevator pitch, because an elevator pitch is a mini commercial and you have to get people. I mean, initially, you may not have the money you need to invest in your business. You may have to get investors. You may have to find a business partner. You may need someone to help you design the thing. You may have this great drawing for this thing you want to create, but you have to talk to somebody to actually help create it. Elevator pitch. How can I get you excited? What is it going to do for me? Who am I? And let's talk. Should we be in business together? Okay. So that is your elevator pitch that I want you to work on. I know I am throwing a lot at y'all today. I hope you're wearing your running shoes because we are taking off, because we are girl bosses and we're starting businesses today. Okay. So we get that going. We're ready to present to people. We gotten our business launched. We're having some success. What's the most important part, do you think, of running a business? Yeah. Oh, good one. Yeah. Let me tell you, it's something that we've worked on here. Gratitude. Gratitude. If you are grateful for your customers, for your business partners, for the opportunities, and you share that with the world, things come back to you. We've talked about before paying it forward and kind of the circle of kindness. When you do something nice for someone else, how it comes back to you. How many times have you eaten at an amazing restaurant and you tell somebody about it? How many times have you eaten at a bad restaurant or had a bad experience and you tell somebody about it? Right? Probably more for the bad than the good. So what you need to do as a businesswoman, as a girl boss, anytime you have an opportunity, anytime that you're doing something, anytime someone comes to you for your service or a product, you need to be grateful and you need to tell them thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your business. I really appreciate you coming to me. You know what really helps me is if you can tell other people about me. That would be so helpful. I would appreciate it so much. Okay? So I want you to always, always, always have an attitude of gratitude. Be grateful, even if it is something small. Maybe you sell, all these things and somebody comes and they just buy a keychain and you think, oh, they just bought a keychain. They'll think of how you treated them and they'll come back. So attitude of gratitude. Okay. I know I have dumped so much into you guys. We've talked about the definition of an entrepreneur. We've talked about how you kind of decide what you want to be, what you want to do, what you're good at, what you're passionate about. We've talked about how we can turn that into a business, our business idea. We've talked about your elevator pitch to even tell people about what you're doing, because initially people won't know what you're doing. Yeah, we have social media, but even with social media, how many times will you read something like this compared to reading something like this? It's too long, right? We don't read things that are long. So being quick and to the point. And then we've talked about having an attitude of gratitude. Now, I have to be real with you. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. And people that tell you that it is, baloney. It's not easy. There are hard days and there are great days, just like anything. So one thing that you really have to tap into, in addition to being grateful, just being grateful for the opportunity, being grateful to be in the moment, being grateful to have the idea to start your own business, is huge, but also having affirmations. We do this all the time in here. So on those days when you feel bad and you feel bad in your business, reminding yourself, I am awesome. I am amazing. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am a unicorn. I'm the only one that can do me. I'm the only one. So on those days when business is hard, I want you to tap into your affirmations and remind yourself how amazing. I hope that you will take the time to think through the ideas we talked about today and return your worksheets. Take a picture of them, email them back to us. we send you guys goodies. And we have really great goodies. And a lot of times you get more than one or two things. You get multiples of things because we have so much we want to give away and we want to pour into you. I encourage you to keep dreaming, to keep pushing for your goals, to keep being that girl boss, because when you create your own thing, your own hustle, your own business, you create options, and not just financially, but with your time. And time is something that we all have the same amount of and you can never get back. Okay. So I thank you for being with me today. I hope that you've enjoyed today's lesson. I hope you'll register for next month. I can't tell you the topic yet, but please, please, please take the time, fill out your worksheets, return those to us because we have goodies we want to send you. And remember, never, ever dull your sparkle because someone can't handle your shine. I am Michelle Miller, your lead facilitator for Harvest Girl International's All Girls Matter Self-Esteem Academy, and I am so glad to be with you today. I will see you next time.